Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. We have another 200% category lead max links video, this time around the EZA PHY SSJ3 Gotenks. Now I thought this guy's EZA was years and years old. I mean, technically it is a year, but it's literally just a single year. It came out last year, so I thought this EZA was a lot older than that. But an MVP, a GOATED SBR unit for me, you know, he has the medium chance to evade in his passive for 7 times, which is ideal for SBR and SBR. Gets the extra attack plus 70% of defense plus 30% in his passive, so 7 turns, which is why he's so good for SBR and ESBR, because you're never in there longer than like 5 or 6 turns. Still has some good damage output, not bad, you know, not bad defense, but to have a medium chance to evade on top of that is quite nice. So I'm looking forward to this one. I've used him on a 200% category before, but now we're going to see what he can do at his very best on a 200% category lead under Dokkan Fest Margin Vegeta's Margin Boost Oracle Gifted Warrior 200% lead, and of course all of his links at level 10. Now the only kind of rearranging I've done, which isn't rearranging, it's more substitution, it's more alternative, is I'm bringing the adult Dragon Ball Heroes SSJ3 Gotenks to get all 6, well, not all 6, but 6 out of 7 links active with Gotenks, which only 2 units share 6 out of 7 links with this Gotenks, which is this unit and the Dokkan Fest transforming Gotenks that goes SSJ1 and SSJ3, which they share all the same links. The only difference is this Gotenks has Budding Warrior, whereas the other Gotenks, the transforming one, has the Innocence instead of Budding Warrior, which at level 10, they both give the same thing, which I'm pretty sure is attack plus 15%. So essentially, we're not doing anything, you know, we're not doing some, you know, bringing a unit purely just to have all links active. I'm just bringing this guy, that way the video can go a little bit quicker, a little bit smoother, rather than me having to wait for that Gotenks to transform. We can get straight into it, get it straight done by having this guy as a substitute. And also we can have all links active on one rotation, because both the Goten and Trunks on this team, in fact both Gotens and the Trunks have the Innocence link, which we can have active, and we can have the rotation with the support from this Gotenks giving Gifted Warriors attack and defense plus 40%. Is it 40%? Yeah, 40%. Giving that last link, which would be the Innocence. It also has Budding Warrior as well if we needed it, and the support. So we can have all links active and the support rotation as well. So before we do hop into it, as always, if you could drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, the support is very much appreciated. But let's hop into it and see what this EZA PHY Gotenks can do under a 200% category lead and max links. Okay guys, here we are. We don't currently have the SSJ3 adult Gotenks on rotation yet. They'll be there in the not next turn, the turn after. But another reason why I didn't want to bring the Dokkan Fest transforming Gotenks is he's pretty much fully level 10 linked apart from one link right now. So I kind of didn't want to spoil how he does with almost level 10 links. I'm at that stage where you have the final link at level 9. And don't forget, he transforms. I have every single link done apart from Fused Fire, which has been that stubborn link where you're waiting for it to kind of tot over from 9 till 10, so I didn't want to spoil that either. But we do have him on rotation with the other support Gotenks right now, which, I mean, you know, for a unit that, for most cases, you probably want to be getting his 11 key off, because of course, the typical trend with the old school Gotenks units was they had multiple super attacks from different key levels, if you will. So obviously from 9 we cause immense damage to the enemy and massively lowers defense, which can be useful, but typically the 9 key you kind of didn't really go for. And the 11 key was the sweet spot, where he massively raises attack for 1 turn, causes immense damage to enemy, and attacks effective against all types, which means he's constantly doing huge damage, which after his EZA rainbowed, this Gotenks has pretty good damage output even without all of his links active. So this is what's going to be kind of a intriguing thing for me. With all of his links active at level 10, which means he's doing the most possible damage he can do, is that going to be, you know, typically a lot of times on units, or not on units, but on teams now anyways, there's like mini supports. You can bring supports that are actually viable. So, you know, constantly getting 11 key is not something you typically do with units anymore nowadays, apart from Gotenks. And even then you didn't really do it. You didn't really have the support, or units didn't have like mini supports in their passives to be, you know, helping units out. So, you know, potentially, or it's looking likely, with a unit with all of his links active versus getting his 11 key off, because, you know, having all of his links active, you won't be able to get his 11 key off, because you're gonna have both of his key links active and over in a flash. And what's the other one? The limit breaking form. No, it's Over in a Flash and Fierce Battle. No, it's not Fierce Battle. Am I good? We should be getting key off of another one of these. Oh, it's just Over in a Flash. I thought this guy had two links. He doesn't. So there's one key link. No, Fuse Fighter, that's the one. Key +2. And then Over in a Flash, key +3. So if you're going to have all links active, getting his 11 key is just not going to happen. But I think this is going to be a time where, you know, getting all of his links active versus getting the 11 key super is obviously going to outweigh that. So, you know, we're actually going to be able to see what he could probably do with his 11 key on this turn right now. Because of the support, and we don't have all links active, we do have Super Saiyan, the Innocence, and Budding Warrior, which means we have an extra attack plus 15% from Super Saiyan. From the Innocence, we have attack plus 15% as well, which is attack plus 30%, and Budding Warrior is another attack plus 15% on top of that, which is, of course, 45% attack. So, with the support, which is attack and defense plus 40%, we do have 514k attack stat, 189k defense, which is pretty nice. We can also, of course, get the 11 key off, which means we will massively raise our attack stat and have our attacks effective against all types for the turn, which is very nice. But as I said, considering we're missing, you know, Fused Fighter, Over in a Flash, Limit Breaking Form, and Fierce Battle, we're missing an extra attack plus what, 32, about 42%. So maybe massively raising our attack, you know, on the 11 key. Obviously, it's not going to be as useful as it used to be, because if he has all links active, gets the extra 42% attack from the links. Don't forget, on his 12 key onward, or just on his 12 key, he greatly raises attack for the turn, which is 50%. Obviously, isn't as much as massively raising the attack, but combine that with all of his links active, it's going to make up for the fact you won't be getting his 11 key off with all of his links active, which, of course, is very doable on a team like this, because I said you can bring the Dokkan Fest transforming Gotenks, which of course would be here, but I just couldn't be bothered to wait for him to transform. So this is possible in the 200% category lead, but 5.9 mil, so literally just a few thousand short of a 6 million attack stat. But don't forget, that is on his 11 key, but we also do have that support of Gifted Warriors attack and defense plus 40%. So, I mean, it's looking good. It's looking good. As I said at the start of the video, the damage output from this Gotenks, you know, on his EZA, and as I've seen briefly on a 200% category lead team, just not at max links, his damage output is still very, very impressive. You know, 6 million is kind of pretty much on the level, if not better, than some of the more recent Dokkan Fests that have come out recently on Dokkan, especially on the after the 200% category lead meta. More so on the JP side, you know, he's putting out round about those numbers. You know, he pretty much probably deals, if not as much, more than the Raditz. You know, Ginyu can't really say that because Ginyu stacks, but that damage output is currently up there. It is up there. And don't forget, that's only with a few links active. That is on his 11 key where he massively raises attack. But that's not with all of his links active, which we do have all of his links active right now. So we have all of his links active. We're getting that extra attack plus 42% on top of what we already had. We're on a 561k attack stat, 165k defense. And I have to say that's pretty impressive. A 561k attack stat is insane. Again, as I said before, this Gotenks is purely here as an alternative. You can, of course, have this actual rotation on a 200% category lead. Like, this isn't, you know, some adjusting, things like that. And 165k defense on a unit that has a medium chance to evade is also pretty impressive. Don't forget, he does get attack and defense plus 150 at the start of turn, and gets an additional attack plus 70% and defense plus 30% for 7 turns, and a medium chance of evading for 7 turns from the start of turn, which of course is very handy, and which is why he's such an MVP when it does come to the likes of Super Battle Road and ESBR, because, you know, you're never usually in SBR and ESBR longer than, or in a fight in SBR and ESBR for longer than 5-6 turns, which means he has that dodge, that increased attack and defense for as long as you're in the fight for, and typically gonna be in the fight for, which is just ideal. So after getting some orbs, all links active, we're on a 842k attack stat, which is very, very good. Of course, the adult Gotenks isn't under the lead, which means even with type advantage and not having a super, he's definitely gonna not do hardly any damage at all. Yeah, literally 81. Even got an additional super. No, I can do some damage. Yeah, not enough. 6.3 mil. This is what I mean. Of course, All Link's 5.5 million crit. Just over a 6 mil attack stat. That's All Link's active and on the 12 key, on the normal 12 key. So obviously getting in his 11 key off nowadays probably isn't even worth the hassle. You know, and that's not surprising considering you have an extra 42% attack to be gaining from this Gotenks having all of his links active, or the links that we were missing when we got his 11 key off. Combine that with greatly raising his attack by 50% for the turn. I mean, yeah, that's without support. Just over a 6 million attack stat without support. And this is why he's such a great unit for SBR and ESBR, because once you super attack with majority of his links active, you're going to be hitting around about a 6 million attack stat. Because it's not difficult to link this Gotenks with another Gotenks. Like, Healer works really, really well, of course, with the side banner Gotenks. So, of course, has an AoE, stuns, gets an additional. He's great for SBR and ESBR as well, which I'm pretty sure that Gotenks, if I'm not mistaken, I can actually check right now. I'm pretty sure that Gotenks also has a built-in support, does he not? Yes, it's not under 200% category lead right now, but I'm pretty sure he has a support. Yeah, time limit category, which means he's given an extra attack and defense plus 40% to that Gotenks while not having all the links active, but that rotation works so well. But, you know, for 7 turns, having the extra attack plus 70% and defense plus 30% on top of that, with the attack and defense plus 150 at the start of turn, with all of his links active as well, which again is very doable with that int Gotenks. I think, well, unfortunately, you know, you won't have many turns with the attack plus 70% and defense plus 30% if you were to run that Gotenks with him, of course, because it takes until turn 4, you know, with 70% more HP to get that, you know, get the SSJ3 transformation off. You're going to be dealing some hefty damage. With a unit this old, you know, you're also going to be, or also with the unit being this old, you're going to have probably at least 2 dupes in this guy. Especially if you've been playing for a while, you're going to have this guy at least at 2-3 dupes, probably even rainbowed. So you're constantly going to be having performing at his best. Right now he only has, yeah, I mean, we put him in front because that way he's missing the innocence. And he still has a 775k attack stat, which is still very nice. So I mean, he's probably still going to be putting out, what, a 6 mil attack stat, if not just under? 5.85. Yeah, just shy of 6 mil. No support, missing 1 link. As I said, it's incredibly impressive. Incredibly impressive. I don't know why I'm struggling to say incredibly. I really don't. But yeah, it is incredibly impressive. As I said, great damage output, especially on a crit. Quite easy to link, especially with the teams you're going to be bringing them on. You know, Gifted Warriors, Margin Busargrass, a plethora of Gotenks and Trunks units that are pretty good. And Gotenks units. Again, the Int Dokkan Fest transforming Gotenks is also one of them that can go on the 200% category lead. Even just under the 170 lead as well, there's still units you can run with this guy. And don't forget on Fusion on top of that. And he's just so perfectly built for SBR and ESBR. Have that, you know, extra attack plus 70% and defense plus 30% and a medium chance of evading for 7 turns. It's perfect for SBR and ESBR, which is why he's such an SBR MVP, such a goated ESBR unit. But here we go, all links active. Attack and defense plus 40% from that Gifted Warrior support from the Goten. We're on a 632k attack stat and 188k defense. That is a big attack stat. Just to be safe, I am gonna usher here just in case that Gotenks in slot 1 gets supered. Let's give him some orbs. Of course, we're going to be getting the 12 key whether we like it or not. 948k attack stat. I mean, his damage is up there with some of the more recent Dokkan Fest in Dokkan. His damage is up there with some of the more recent Dokkan Fest. It's very impressive. Which is what I always say, when there's, you know, when you see these little arguments on Twitter, when it comes to if a unit has a 200% category, it's 7.1 mil. Oh, that is pretty good. But yeah, when you have these little arguments on Twitter where it's like, well, this guy doesn't have a 200% category lead yet. Just wait. Don't knock a unit just because he hasn't got a 200% category lead, because he then could be performing at levels like this, with more recent units and better units than Gotenks. Even a level beyond that. So, you know, when a unit doesn't have a 200% category lead, just wait, because when they do, if a unit was considered like amazing or one of the best TURs in the game, or like top 10, or you would put them in the top 10, they don't have a 200% category lead just yet, just wait. Just wait, because then they'll be forming ridiculous levels. But I am highly impressed with this guy. As I said, he is a goated Super Battle Road unit, and I'm thoroughly impressed with him. Max links on a 200% category lead. But do let me know what you think of him down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys, and peace.